happening right before our very eyes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
I am the incredible man. I only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
All right, folks, welcome to the Postgame Show, brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell. We got highlights coming up. We've got scores and more, all kinds of things to talk about. But right now, we're going to send it out to Kings Mountain to see if Shelby can pull off a miracle here before we end up letting them finish up the game, and we'll go our scores. And we're going to leave the scores up for you folks to watch over that as we finish up at Shelby and Kings Mountain.
Shelby side, Raper to pass, 2-man, 3-man rush. He's going to run. Now he's going to run back behind the line of scrimmage and throw it way downfield. Man Collins gets his finger on it, but incomplete. Now it's 4th and 10, and Raper might have been able to get a first down if he kept running it.
At some point, yeah, he can run it.
Yeah. And they'll keep the offense out there because this could be one of those games that turns into something that looks a lot different than what the game really was. It already does because it's not, it's a 10-point game, but this game is been pretty close. It's just the turnovers is the difference. 4th down, 10. Raper back. He's going to throw it. He's going to throw it to Roseboro. Roseboro tries to go up like a basketball player and
couldn't make
like an alley-oop. And he got a hand on it, but as soon as he got the hand on it, he was hit by the deep.
I guess I need to turn my mic on so the people at home can hear me. I know y'all can hear me here, but excuse me. I'm Kevin Hastings along with Dennis Davis, Will Boykins, and Chip Carter in the house tonight. Black scores are finals. Reds are still live, or we haven't got the final yet. So
based on Max Preps, I have a final score, South Point 27, Hickory 25.
25-27 comes up short. We do have highlights from that game. We'll pull that up here in just a little bit. We've got highlights from a lot of games around the area. Burns and Crest, Kings Mountain, Shelby. We've got some South Point, Hickory, Lincoln and Maiden, North Lincoln and West Lincoln. And I got to check on some other ones as well. But I'm going to let Chip go through the scores and stuff as I wrap up some stuff here on KTC Broadcast.
So once again, those of you who are looking online, looking at the scores, those scores in black, we have, at least from our sources, have confirmed our final scores. Those scores in reds, the game's still ongoing from our last updates. So I'm going to do the games currently going right now. So this will be a little out of order if you're looking online. I'm just going to do the red scores first, then I'll go back to the black scores that we have as final. So game's still in progress based on our information. Kings Mountain up 10 on Shelby, 24-14. Stuart Kramer leading Forest View 34-6. North Gaston, that score's not changed in a while, but the last score update we have is North Gaston leading East Gaston 14-7. West Iredell shutting out East Burke 14-0. It's Bandy's leading St. Stephen's 24-6. Thomas Jefferson shutting out the South Carolina Spartans 42-0. Watauga blanking Ashe County 35-0. Our last update we got Owen shutting out Rosman 28-0. Mountain Heritage leading Pisgah 35-13. Statesville leading East Surrey 35-6. Polk County up 10 on Chase 34-24. In a tight one, Asheville, last update we have Asheville leading East Rutherford 40-36. East Lincoln leading South Iredale 46-28. Maiden has come back and taken the lead on Lincolnton 29-26. Wilkes Central has also come back taking the lead on North Iredale 27-23. The Hickory Grove Lions leading Bonnie Cone Academy 49-12. Last update we have Lake Norman Charter and South Lake Christian tied at 7. The Community School of Davidson and North Stanley also tied at 21. And the Corvian Community leading Harding 31-12. Those are the games that we have based on our information that are still in progress. Now, looking at the scores that we have confirmed with our sources, are finals. Crest defeats Burns 55-14. TC Robertson wins over Hunter Huss 14-10. In our tight game, South Point prevails and defends their home turf, defeats the Hickory Red Tornadoes 27-25. Is South Caldwell over West Caldwell 46-26. Freedom defeats Patton 46-6. Newton Conover wins over Alexander Central 42-21. It's the Bunker Hill Bears defeating Drawn 46-6. Cherryville Ironman win big over North Stoke 68-8. We finally got an update. Bessemer City wins over Pine Lake Prep 14-10. Ashbrook Green Wave win over West Meck 35-8. Fred T. Ford shuts out the Mountain Island Raptors 14-0. In their inaugural game, the Lincoln Charter Eagles defeat whoever they were playing 50-6. The Highland Tech Rams 50-6. Hendersonville shuts out East Henderson 68-0. It's Weddington over Mooresville 31-10. McDowell comes back and defeats RS Central 24-21. North Lincoln defeats West Lincoln 41-14. And the last final score we have at this point confirmed 24-21. High Brighton defeats East Wilkes. So those are the scores we've got at this point. We're continuing to update as we get finals. We'll change those scores to black, and we'll let you know as they come through.
Y'all want to go through some highlights while we got some time?
Let's do this.
All right, let's do some highlights. For the folks watching at home, we'll have some highlights here of some of our local area games each and every week. Final now, Maiden 29-26 is the final. So the Maiden Blue Devils win at Lincoln, and we do have highlights of that game. We'll show you some of that here in just a few moments, folks. Let's see. I got to scroll through and see what I got, actually. Oh, Simone we got some Cherryville highlights to go with that as well. So a little excited about that. So how much Simone posted here. We've got 2 highlights at least. All right, let's go. We'll go out and do that. How about let's go out to Cherryville for the highlights. All right, boys, here we go. All right, let's see how the Ironmen scored here. They got 68 points. Here's one of them. I'm guessing that's Whitworth with the score. Nope, that's Javarius McElhaney. Made it 48-0 up at North Stokes. I'm going to get any volume on this. Let's see. There you go for the folks. It's a quarterback keeper, so I guess Michael Haney's the quarterback there. So we'll get familiar with everybody at some point here, Will, I promise.
Surprised that's not Jaden Daniels.
And then I know they had another one here. This is a touchdown for the Vikings on the Ironman. So this cut it 61-8. Got to play Tyler defense up 68 points, Will. Can't just let him throw a quick slant like that. Ironman wins 68-8. Simone Hunter with some highlights for us up there. Let me get over to our stuff so I can show you guys everything for today. All right. You want some? Ooh, how about those South Point Hickory highlights? I got some of those coming through the timeline as well.
Before you get off the scoreboard, final score: Statesville 48, East Surrey 20 in the bottom middle.
Say that again.
Statesville 48, East Surrey 20.
That's the final.
That's the final score for Max Preps.
All right. Thank you, there, sir. I don't even think that's not on the scoreboard right now. People, yeah, they can see it at home. All right, so let's go over to some more highlights. How about from Hickory and South Point? Let me get in the right order here so we can go from 0 to the final score there. how about Will? Let's go here.
Where are we going?
South Point. How about their entrance? You see them come in, or is this the Tornadoes? This is the Tornadoes. Let's hear it, man. I want to hear something, see something.
Yeah.
Cheerleaders are waiting. We're waiting.
It's like the most awkward entry ever. There we go.
Oh, here comes the Red Raiders.
No, our turn.
The Raiders were tired of waiting on the Tornadoes. Who's this guy? How did he end up running through the banner in overalls?
The mascot.
There's the Red Tornadoes. And the Red Tornadoes were in white tonight against the Red Raiders. I think they took the red. Look at all the fans out there. Now remember, they don't want us to cost them any hot dog sales there, Dennis.
Are those the Hickory stands over there?
Yes, that's the Hickory fans.
I bet you
All
that half of
17 of
those
them.
people over there are actually South Point.
South Point fans that want a better seat.
Yeah.
No, they like to go over there and harass
Oh,
the
okay.
visiting
Well, I
team.
too. Yeah.
They do that.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27 bodies I see
All right.
on that side of the stadium.
Way
so
to go.
we'll see you. Oh, that is curious to me sometimes. Now, the South Point fans got a good quite a bit. Like Dennis said, some of them might be sitting over here with Hickory. Hickory has more people on the field than they do in the stands, it looks like.
Yeah. Yes.
I would say so,
That's fair.
right?
Yep. Fair.
They know what's coming down at South Point. That's why they stayed home.
So, well, we'll go through that. So it started off 6-0, South Point over Hickory here. Let me bring up the big view for the folks at home that can watch along with us. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowe's. Let's check out the first touchdown. Kavion Pless. Seen that play before in Belmont, have you, Will?
Great power.
Up the middle for the touchdown. South Point.
Ain't that play called Red Power? That play not
I don't know what their play called.
That the Super Raiders Golf Tournament will be held.
Okay, they're announcing the
Super
Super
Raiders
Raiders.
Advertising a fundraiser.
Here's Hickory taking a 7-8 lead.
Put that golf tournament down your calendar, Kevin. I'll be your D player.
I will not be there for that one. Not raising money for the Raider haters. Hey, this made it 1st and goal for the Tornadoes. 25-yard run.
Finished it outside.
What was the final? 30-14? 30-14. All right, how about Jaheim Jenkins with a 6-yard touchdown run? Hickory missed the extra point. This cut it, though, to 20-13. This gave South Point, was still with a 7-point lead at this point. Now, remember, guys, we're looking for big hits and stuff, too, in some of this. We might have our big hits going to be a fullback for Crest, maybe.
Plowing over it. Yeah, that's right.
How about Kavion Pless with a 12-yard touchdown? This made it 27-19. That's going to be the game-winning score there for South Point.
Pretty impressive home crowd.
Kavion Pless, 17-yard run. Let's make it 2nd and 10, I guess, for the Red Raiders. We'll run 1st and 10 for Red. He put second and 10. How about a 9-yard touchdown run for Hickory? They cut it to 20-19 on this play. Say McCathern. Our poor guys on the sidelines recording. They got to wait for all the hand signals sometimes.
Yeah.
Quick throw into the corner. Touchdown.
What was the bird call before the ball got there? Did you?
I heard that.
That was the Birdman.
Wonder who's making the sound. Is that our man or somebody
that
standing
our guy?
beside him?
Remember, it's South Point.
Look at the kid in the back here. Watch the ball boy.
That's what they might miss the ball boy. I don't know.
The ball boy's right there celebrating with the players.
If you'll never know what you're gonna run into on the sideline.
There goes the ball boy. Hey.
Oh, me.
One more time. Where's he at? You got word just
You get ball in the air.
Fly, baby, fly.
Fly,
How about
baby,
Devin
fly.
Medley, 20 with a big catch here, 39 yards. Check this one out.
Oh, D-back just overplayed it.
He came back and made the tackle, though, at least. How about Jenkins with a 4-yard touchdown run? South Point stops Hickory on the 2-point conversion, though. So this made it 27-25. Quarterback keeper, it looks like, over the left side for the touchdown. And they ended up winning. How about let's go to Maiden for the final touchdown of it. This is Maiden going up 29-26 with a 2-point conversion after this for good. Lefty quarterback touchdown.
They went through three. Look at that. Went through three guys.
And not a single one of them had their hands up.
No.
Oh.
One was late rotating, but he still had double coverage.
Yeah, I'd like to see the end zone video of that one there,
Yeah.
Will, whenever they do the coverage on that one. So, all right, that's here's Lincoln and making it just 26-21 that when they went up. Rashad Lynch with a touchdown here. We've said his name quite a bit this evening. But Maiden won. 29-26. We're going to be joining the radio here in just a few moments. They're finishing up at Kings Mountain as the final score there, 30 for Kings Mountain and 14 for Shelby. So Mountaineers win, Crest wins, and they're in Cleveland County. Make sure you said, 30-14. South Point won 27-25 on that one. So for the folks at home, I'll pull up some scores, and we'll try to find us some more highlights here in just a minute from some of our other games.
This is not our region, Kevin, but I just wanted to read this this final score. So it might be interest of some of our, well, I don't know what classification are, but our Heritage 2A fans. Northern Guilford 47, Reedsville 38. Reedsville lost their opening game this tonight.
Reedsville is one in the category. They're in the 1A category.
Not anymore. So well, I don't know who. I don't know.
No,
what
not number one rank.
Yeah.
They're in the.
They're 1A now. So
1A.
I don't know what they're ranked in the 1A now, but it's going to go down after tonight.
It's going down.
Yeah. All right. Let's see for more final scores. That Bandy's final score: Bandy's and St. Stephen's. Bandy's 38, St. Stephen's 19. We'll get that. Keep an eye on that one. Or final score: Bandy, the lower left. Bandy's 38, St. Stephen's 19. We do have a final score as well: Watauga 56, Ashe County 7. Looking for some more.
Those are mountain scores.
Yeah. We got drawn in Bunker Hill. So a couple finals for you, Kevin. Lower left, Bandy's 38, St. Stephen's 19.
19-38, Trojans with a victory.
The final, and then lower middle, Watauga 56, Ashe County 7. That's a final.
Shoot, probably shouldn't have scheduled that one. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, this is week one. This is all, this ain't conference.
Bunker Hill's the final score. We got that one. Let's see what else we've got.
Do you got the final in East Lincoln yet in the Asheville East Rutherford game? Or
Let me
Chase
see if I
game?
can find.
Those guys were asking about earlier. We did get I did get a score on Bessemer. They did win 14-10 for anybody that didn't have that on their score sheets. On the road at Pine Lake Prep. Let's see.
Find out.
People at home. Folks, we're going to get to the radio here in just a few minutes. Jeff and Brent are finishing up out at Shelby with the stats and everything. We're going to have some awards to give away here in a little bit. The AGAC Heating and Air Hit of the Week and our Player of the Week this week. So we're going to have some nominations from our announcers here.
from WLOS final Asheville 40, East Rutherford 36.
So that is the final score. East Rutherford could not finish it up and come back.
Final score, lower middle, Kevin. Mountain Heritage 48, Pisgah 19. That's a final.
All righty.
That's not conference.
Right.
I've got Polk County 34, Chase 32. I do not have that showing as a final.
You got 34-32.
34-32.
All right.
I do not have that as a final.
All right, folks. Like I said, we got some more highlights and stuff here from around the area here. I want to thank everybody. Listen, folks, if you are out at the games and you want to send us some video yourself, please tag What's Up Shopper at KTC Broadcasting. We'd love to see some video of the bands. You got some good video of the bands, please send it out. We'd love to feature them on the show as well. Bands and the fans and everybody having a good time out there. So please tag us, send it to us, and anything that you got. How about that mount? Yeah, that is Owen. Anything on that one?
Oh no, I don't. The last thing I saw, I don't have that as a final. The same score. Don't have a final score. Lower right, Kevin. I have a final score. Wilkes Central 34, North Iredell 23.
Say that again.
Wilkes Central 34, North Iredell 23. That's I've got a final from Max Preps on that.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Also, final South Lake Christian defeats Lake Norman Charter 13-7. They're in our conferences. We're going to go over that here in just a few minutes when we get back on the radio with everybody. We'll talk our new conferences and how everything's looking going forward. They only got a few more finals to put together before we're done here. I bet we could text the my nephew at Kramer and see get a final score on that one if they'll hurry up. But you'd think Forest View and Kramer would be on top of that one.
Is he going to talk to you today?
Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. I did talk. Cherville, they won 68-8. They got a new player this past week. Andre's nephew. I told you I went to church last week or 2 weeks ago.
You went to church playing.
And this big giant fool is talking about he ain't playing football. And I'm picking on. I call him my nephew. He's not officially my nephew, but he's my friend's nephew. He's my two best friends' nephew. And Navion is the big boy. I'll just put it that way. He's Andre's nephew, and
he's got Andre's genes.
It's Andre's sister.
But
I'll put it that way.
He's got genes. Yeah.
So he's a big boy. And I saw him the other day. I was like, "You playing football?" He's like, "No, I'm just gonna wrestle." And I was like, "Boy, get your big giant butt." I said, "They ain't gonna be that many heavyweights for you to wrestle. First of all,
you gonna get tired this year."
Yeah. So I saw that I saw a video of it the other night, and so he did. He walked out there that week. So we talked him into it to get him on the field. And I saw a video the other night, him blowing up the line, and he's gonna be at nose tackle.
Blowing up the line.
Put it this way: there's gonna be two people blocking him. I'm gonna say I don't know how well he's gonna do, how many tackles he goes. They're gonna have to give him some attention whether he does good. But Navion Farley's his name. Hopefully we'll get a highlight of him this year at some point.
Final score: Stuart Kramer 34, Forest View 12.
34-12. Kramer. So Forest View did get on the board. So Kramer sweeps Forest View on JV and varsity this week. Kings Mountain did beat Shelby in JV2 as well. That's Andre's boy is playing for them. So this year we'll be at the JV games on Thursday nights, but next year maybe I don't know. Chip, you might be hearing all night on Friday if I'm following the nephew around and see what he's doing. But well, thank everybody for watching and listening to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Low. We only got like 6 more games to get finals on, folks. The black scores are the finals. Red scores are active. It doesn't mean they're not final. It just means the last thing that we have on those actual games. And we'll take breaks and get to some more stuff here in just a few moments. What you got?
It doesn't show. Okay, this is weird, but I've got a post. If you look at the comments in Max Preps, end of game 0-35, Rosman 0.
Well, that's in the neighborhood. It was 28-0 a minute ago.
And it doesn't officially list the score on the site. It's like the score forgot to post it on the actual website, but there's a posting here. The score is checked in 35-0, and then the next one, end of game, Rosman, or 0-35, Rosman 0.
All right. All right, guys.
I really appreciate you, by the way, not posting Irwin's game on your schedule tonight.
Well, it's so far away. They're not going to be on
I
there.
appreciate
got so many
with the
games.
final score. I really appreciate that.
What,
We got a man from Irwin.
what was the
He
final?
A lot to not enough. Irwin had not enough. It was. I think they lost. I think it was 17-11. I think Irwin lost.
That's not bad.
It's not good either. Let's see. Got
Gotta see the silver lining, Chip. Against North Stokes, y'all might have done better.
shoulda, coulda, woulda.
You scheduled the wrong first game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You get stomped in the first game, that's your fault. You should have scheduled it. Ashe County, mate, don't put Watauga on your schedule.
Oh, God.
How about that one? Oh, let me get
You
some.
don't have to play them.
Yeah, you didn't have to. Did not have to walk out there. Any other blowouts like that? We need to call them out. Burns,
you don't
you
get playing iron sharp. You don't get better playing cream post. Iron sharpen iron. That's how you get better. So if you want to play the best, if you want to get to be the best.
To be the man, you have to beat the man. Is that
Absolutely.
Ric Flair? Is that what
to be the man, you have to beat the man.
Yeah, but you can't celebrate in the end zone like number 3 if
Hey, wait a minute. He was the man.
if you playing somebody good.
Some of these red scores, see if I can find a.
He just wanted proof that he was there tonight.
This celebration is.
This is definitely the celebration of the night.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
3-0 with a touchdown. One jumps in. Oh, what are you doing? What are you? He found our cameraman, Hickory Shell. We're going to have fun with this one all night. As long as you're having fun, man. Even if you lose, that's what I'm saying. Like, got to find a silver lining there, Chip. Y'all can still dab while getting beat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't even know what that dance was. He just.
I don't know. It was. I'm trying to find number 3. Is this him on the?
He's
is
on
this
the
he
end.
on the end? No, that's
cleared,
7. Where did 3 come from?
Oh, he cleared it out.
No, that wasn't him. That was 7. Is the wide receiver here? I'm still. Is 3's the running back out of the backfield? He is. Look, he's the one coming out of the backfield, maybe on the end around or something. The fake end around here. He's with the quarterback now. He doesn't throw it to him. Touchdown. 7's right there celebrating. Here comes 3. Here comes 3. Yeah, baby.
Hey, give him credit. He was the decoy.
You might be right.
That was his. I mean, it was his fake that got him sprung.
Apparently, it was the decoy for the celebration, too. He's like, I'm over here, y'all.
Wouldn't have happened without me.
That's right. Yeah.
Kings Mountain wins, though, 30-14 over the Shelby Golden Lions. Brent and Jeff's still talking a little bit. We're going to take a break whenever they do kick it to us.
Steve, where are you?
It's week 1, man. It's about time for Friday Night Lights here at some point, isn't it?
One thing for sure. Win, lose, or draw, Steve is going to show up.
Yep.
He might get here for Brent and Jeff get off the air.
Yeah.
Be honest. There's a really good chance. Oh goodness. Next week, hey, let's talk about real quick because I want to talk about the conferences on the radio. So I'm trying to, folks on the line, we're trying to waste a little time while we're waiting on the broadcast.
We never waste time, Kevin. Come on, man.
Hey, so next week we will have video of Rutherford County starting every game now. Since we're this was the only week we had all teams on the road and we couldn't get a video game set up for this week. So, but starting next week we have video in Rutherford County. North Henderson at RS Central. We'll have coverage of that game. Then we'll have the Owen Warhorses, who just won 35-0 over Rosman. They'll be in Cherville next week to take on the Ironman, who just won 68-8. So you might have a big matchup between the Warhorses and the Ironman. Lincoln Charter wins their first game ever, 50-6 over Highland Tech. They have now taken the big lead there in Lincoln County. They'll be at West Lincoln next week, Will.
That's the undefeated Lincoln Charter School.
And West Lincoln
never lost a game.
41. The school has never lost.
First game ever?
Yes.
First time they ever played football.
Well, they had JV last year.
They played JV.
Yes, they were. I think Ken Link said they were 7-2 last year, a JV team. So I mean that's final based on Max Preck's final score. Thomas Jefferson's scores final 48-0. All right,
so we'll update that for the folks there In Rutherford County, get excited
South
about your
Carolina
Griffons.
I'm trying to look at these red scores.
South Carolina.
No, duh. It's South Carolina, obviously.
That's all I got for you.
You narrowed it down.
It narrowed it down.
We'll Google it.
It's in the name.
Internet the Google
South
device.
Carolina. Has he already sent it back to us? Okay, we'll join you in just a second. South Carolina Spartans.
They are
Spartanburg.
That's what I would
I
guess.
mean,
Sparkle City.
yeah, but would they really name them the Spartans?
The South Carolina Spartans High School is Rock Hill, South Carolina.
There you go.
There's the USC Upstate Spartans.
It's
That's a Division I college college
South
because they're in
Carolina
the,
Spartans,
they're in the same conference as
not-for-profit
Gardner-Webb.
organization.
Okay.
Hey,
They
did you,
accept participants. This is a homeschool football team.
Okay.
They accept participants who are homeschooled private and public schools.
Chip, did you happen to listen to the Panthers game last night? There was some wide receiver who caught a pass that had been at Wofford and evidently transferred to Gardner-Webb, and he caught a pass.
I did not hear that. I
Yeah.
can't think.
Yeah, he called the pass. I seen that.
I can't think who that would. I should know who that would be, and I don't know who that would be.
All right, folks, we're going to join up with the radio, and we'll be right back here to talk more sports here on the Full Throttle Postgame Show. Full Throttle Powersports.
Easy for you to
show
say.
from I know that's a lot. All right, we'll be back in just a few moments. KDC Broadcasting.
0% for up to 48 months. There's nothing like a Bobcat. From Hojo Outdoor Power, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.com. Like them on Facebook too. It's an end of summer blowout sale at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Window air conditioners and portable air conditioners all on sale. End of summer savings on scratch and dent appliances, including refrigerators, upright and chest type freezers, ranges, dishwashers, and more. And all in-stock mattresses on sale. Hurry in now for the end of summer sales at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming up. Online at HendrickAppliance.com. Compassion, excellence, and reliability. Those three words best describe Bayada Home Health Care, a nonprofit serving Cleveland, Gaston, Lincoln, and Rutherford counties with assistive care services in the comfort of your own home. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've been doing this since 1975. When it comes time, take the time and call Bayada Home Health Care in Shelby. Call 704-669-4000 or visit them online at bayada.com. Located at 1105 Suite 3 on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
It's the Slingshot Showstopper sales event at Full Throttle Powersports in Lowell. Get up to $3,000 customer cash on remaining 2024 models, plus 15% off accessories. Plus, it's the all-out summer sales event on all Polaris models with up to $4,000 off 2024 models. And financing at 0% for up to 60 months. And save big on the Suzuki King Quad ATVs with 0% financing for up to 36 months or $1,600 in customer cash. At Full Throttle Powersports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
There she is.
Cody? So you didn't get what I told you to?
Dad, I did my research.
Let's see what it can do. Not bad.
What do you think?
Not bad. Not bad.
So?
He likes it.
I knew he would.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 18 North, Highway 27 West intersection in Vail. Come see the most scratch-resistant flooring product on the market today. It's the new Pure Grain High-Def Flooring, now available at Baird's Floor Covering in Kings Mountain. Made right here in the good old USA. And yes, it's pet-friendly too. Also see the LVP 5mm 20mm LVP Flooring by Southwind. Now just $219 a square foot at Baird's Floor Covering, 150 Dixon School Road in Kings Mountain. Online at bairdsfloorcovering.com.
When you hot, you hot.
There's no use for you to be hot. See Blake Automotive in Shelby before you hit the road. They can service older and newer vehicles to keep you cool all summer long, including the newer Freon models. Schedule your air conditioning checkup by calling 704-476-4600 5509. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Located at 215 West Graham Street in Shelby. Visit them online at blakesautomotive.org. You'll be glad you did, because when you're hot, yeah, you're hot.
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
And we welcome you to the Full Throttle Powersports post-game show.
And you were right.
Kevin, Chip,
Too bad
Dennis, and Will, or as I know him, Dennis Davis, the Reverend. Will Boykins, the Deacon. Kevin Hastings, the Youth Minister. Chip Carter, the Cardinal. And JP, the AV Coordinator, the Ministry of KTC Broadcasting.
All right, welcome to the broadcast, Full Throttle Powersports. We've got scores, and more scores to give you guys. We got some highlights and more. Steve DeGree is going to join us here hopefully in just a little bit. We're going to have our callers from all of our games give us a call to tell us about all the big games here on KTC Broadcast tonight. I want to thank each and every one of you for listening and watching our first week of football. Of course, you know, everybody's got new buttons and new things to do.
One.
And it's over already. We're going to have a new power poll and more to talk about, and we got new conferences to talk about. That's kind of where we wanted to start, but we do want to give the scores first before we get going. So I'm going to turn that over to Chip to give as many scores as he can. Him and the guys. We're going to get to some of our callers and our broadcasters here in just a moment. So we're going to give the scores that we do have right now, and then we're going to get to reviewing some of our games. So Chip, give the finals. Give everything we got now.
All right. So we've got scores that are in red are still, we have not confirmed as final, so I'll give those real quick. The last update we have, we've had this one for a while. North Gaston leading East Gaston 14-7. West Iredell shutting out East Burke 14-0. The last score update we have, Polk County leading Chase 34-32. East Lincoln leading South Iredell 46-28. Hickory Grove leading Bonnie Cone Academy 49-12. And Corvian Community leading Harding 31-12. Those are the games we have not confirmed as final. The following games are the ones we have gotten some source saying that they are finalized. Crest defeats Burns 55-14. It's Kings Mountain over Shelby 30-14. TC Robertson defeats Hunter Huss 14-10. Stuart Kramer over Forest View 34-12. South Point squeaks out the win against Hickory 27-25. South Caldwell Spartans defeat West Caldwell 46-26. It was Freedom over Patton 46-6. Newton Conover defeats Alexander Central 42-21. It was Bandy's over St. Stephen's 38-19. Bunker Hill defeats Drawn 46-6. Cherryville Ironman win big over North Stokes 68-8. It was Bessemer City over Pine Lake Prep 14-10. Ashbrook Green Wave defeat West Meck 35-8. Thomas Jefferson blanks the South Carolina Spartans 48-0. Fred T. Ford shuts out Mountain Island Raptors 14-0. And the Lincoln Charter Eagles win their inaugural game 50-6 over Highland Tech. Watauga Pioneers defeat Ashe County 56-7. Hendersonville shuts out East Henderson 68-0. Owen over Rosman 35-0. Mountain Heritage defeats Pisgah 48-19. Statesville defeats East Surrey 48-20. The Weddington Warriors win over Mooresville 31-10. Got the McDowell Titans defeating RS Central 24-21. Asheville comes back and wins on East Rutherford 40-36. They have Maiden come back and defeating Lincoln 29-26. North Lincoln wins against West Lincoln 41-14. High Brighton defeats East Wilkes 24-21. Wilkes Central comes back. I think they were down either 21-0 or 23, maybe even 23-0. Come back and win 34-23 over North Iredell. South Lake Christian defeats the Lake Norman Charter Knights 13-7. And the Community School of Davidson loses to North Stanley. North Stanley wins 27-21. So let's take a look at our scores. We're continuing to try to finalize. Again, we've got a handful of scores out there we have not finalized or confirmed as final. We're continuing to keep an eye on our sources. Once we get those final, we will be sure to pass that along, or you'll see those scores change from red to black.
All right, guys, we're going to go to our first game to go over and talk about. Crest Chargers win tonight at Burns 55-14. We got Rob Roop on the phone. We're going to talk to Mr. Roop in the broadcast from the Crest Chargers point of view. Let's see if JP pressed all the buttons. Robbie, are you there?
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey, Rob.
What's up, Robbie?
Good night for the Chargers. Like I say, 55-14 to get the victory. Started fast, got out 7-0 with a long touchdown pass to start the game. Burns able to come back quickly and tie it up, and it was all Chargers from there. Actually got to play a lot of guys tonight. Our player of the game was senior quarterback Eli Hamrick ended up throwing for 384 yards through the air, had 3 touchdowns, had 40 yards rushing on the ground with another touchdown there. He was able to go to several receivers in the game. Majay Thompson had a touchdown reception. Mike Edwards, touchdown reception. Romeo Sanders able to get the pass. Lyric Pettis, Pluto Surratt had a touchdown catch as well. So Coach Lloyd very pleased about the first time out. Did have a couple turnovers and about 70 yards in penalties. So still some things to work on heading into next week's big game against Shelby.
Rob, this is Dennis. I just wanted to check with you. How did the defense look tonight? I know what the score is, but it looked like that receiver for Burns who scored that touchdown just ran down the field, and the Crest guy leaped at him and did not make a tackle. With the guys we've got on defense, what do you see we need to do to improve? We got Shelby coming in next week, and you know that they're a good team, win or lose.
Well, with that, you already had a pretty good lead at that point. I think you kind of let off the gas a little bit anyway. I think Chris really swarmed to the football well tonight. A lot of jerseys in on tackles, and that's going to be important. This maybe ain't the biggest Crest defense they've had, but one of the best, really athletic, and it's going to be important for a lot of guys to get to the football, and that's what they did tonight.
Okay. Is there anybody?
Dennis, I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to make every Crest fan happy, and definitely made us happy tonight, was the kicking game of Carson Greer. I believe he kicked every one of them into the end zone and made every one of his extra points tonight. Carson Greer was thumping the football. The kicking game is back for the Crest Chargers.
Yay!
Absolutely.
Robbie, a question that's maybe a little difficult. Looking at the total game tonight, offense, defense, who stood out to you? Who was the surprise player whose performance tonight you wasn't expecting to see?
Well, I don't know if I'm surprised, but I'm excited by the fact of what Malachi Gamble did coming in at running back, having to take Aiden Carson's place. It's hard to replace a guy like Aiden Carson, but Malachi Gamble came in, had 70 yards rushing, had a touchdown, and he ran hard. And I think to see him do that, only a junior, was going to be really important. They didn't know where they were going, who was going to be the guy to step up and take that running back spot. So I think you got to be really excited to what Malachi did coming in from the JVs last year and being the starting running back tonight for the Chargers.
And, of course, Brock Melton is still out with that broken collarbone for this game and next week against Shelby, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think they can hopefully Brock will be back for the Asheville game, and that just that makes you that much better. Brock may be the best athlete on the team, some of the best hands on the team. So you add him into that passing game with what Crest is already able to do, and they're going to be really hard to slow down. I think if you're a Crest fan, you're really excited about the potential, but you got to go out there and you got to play them every week, and they don't get any easier from here. So just keep winning football games.
Well, Robbie, let's hope the drought is over. It's time for another tombstone down in the end zone.
Well, it'd be nice to have one more, that's for sure. It's been a while, and it's about that time. So, and let's go ahead and get the first one. Let's go ahead and we got a 4A, and we got some 3As and some 3 AA's. Let's go ahead and get a 5A championship as well.
All right, and just to give you a little update on that Asheville score, it was Asheville 40, East Rutherford 36 tonight.
Ooh, that's going to tell you what, the Cougars are coming to town in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Got them coming up, got Wednesdays on the schedule. Man, there's a lot of good football teams coming, but you got to turn your attention to them big gold lines next Friday night. Head to Sid Bryson East, as the Charger fans like to call it.
Well, Steve DeGree's sitting over here, and I can see the steam coming out his ears, so get ready.
Well, guys, we'll talk to you later. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you, Robbie.
All
right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Rob. I got to turn my mic on. Thank you, Rob, for giving us the call. I'm going to go through those highlights in a minute. I was trying to tweet out the scores of everything that was going on. I got we'll get to that. His player of the week, Eli Hamrick. I'll get you the exact stats in a minute. I'm going to have Rob, if he will, text those back to me so we can enter our player of the week. He's going to be nominated for our AGAC Heating and Air Player of the Week this week. So we're going to get our nominees from all of our broadcast, and hopefully we're going to have some good highlights and good stats here this year when we give our Player of the Year away as well. Getting some of the stats come in. We'll go over those here in just a little bit. We got some final scores coming in. We're going to finish those up, folks. We're going to take our first break here, get organized, get some of our announcers. We're going to hear from Tom Sinofani about the Burns Bulldogs side of that game coming up next. We'll be right back. KTCBroadcasting.com.
Webb Chemical and Paper Company is the place to go for all your disposable paper products, food storage containers, and janitorial and cleaning supplies. With great prices, great service, and products in bulk, they have everything you need. Webb Chemical and Paper is located at 2500 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. So stop by and let their friendly staff assist you with all your paper, container, and chemical products. Call 704-482-4331 or check them out at webchemicalandpaper.com.
Cars for all budgets are found at CarPro Auto Sales and Repair in Shelby. CarPro is family owned and operated, bringing you high quality vehicles at very reasonable prices. Like a 2019 GMC Acadia Denali with 96,000 miles for $21,495. A 2017 Ford Edge Sports Crossover for $16,500. Or a 2020 Chevy Equinox LS for $14,495. See the entire inventory online at CarProShelby.com. CarPro Auto Sales and Service, 1520 South Post Road, Highway 180 South in Shelby, right across from Ingalls. The countdown is on. Only a few remaining 2024 models are left at Tyndall Ford Performance in Gastonia. Only 5 2024 RTR Mustangs are left in stock. Only 2 2024 Ford 250 Rouse Super Duty trucks are left in stock. And only 2 2024 Ford 150 trucks are left in stock. Hurry on in before they're gone and check out the Ford for America program. 0% limited term APR financing, 0 money down payment, 0 payments for up to 90 days. Tyndall Ford Performance, 1901 East Franklin Boulevard, Gastonia.
5 big tractor trailers have arrived at Cummings Furniture in Shelby, all loaded with mattresses, and all are now on sale. A queen set of Euro top mattresses for $339. Cushion Firm queen sets $349. And listen to this: All Best, Signature, Catnapper, Benchcraft, and Ashley recliners. Buy one, get one free. Prices start at $699. That's Cummings Furniture Company, 410 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at CummingsFurnitureofShelby.com.
It's an end of summer blowout sale at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. Window air conditioners and portable air conditioners all on sale. End of summer savings on scratch and dent appliances, including refrigerators, upright and chest type freezers, ranges, dishwashers, and more. And all in-stock mattresses on sale. Hurry in now for the end of summer sales at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming up, online at HendrickAppliance.com.
There's some new items on the menu at the 3500 Grill and Mart on Highway 18 north of Shelby. New to the menu, a big chuck wagon sandwich and a big fish sandwich, plus all your favorites: cheeseburgers, chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, corn dogs, and more, plus chicken tender plates, popcorn shrimp, and hamburger steak with your choice of sides. For orders to go, call 980-484-3500. The 3500 Grill and Mart open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., closed on Sunday. Located at 3500 Falston Road, Highway 18, north of Shelby.
The 3500 Grill now offers Uber Eats. And try the new chicken Parmesan cheese sandwich, now available at the 3500 Grill.
Just in time for your Labor Day picnic. Innovative Pool Designs in Kings Mountain and Belmont are having an end of summer blowout sale on the remaining grills in stock. Now get 25% off in-stock grills and take 10% off any special order grills. And while there, take a look at the spas, saunas, and pool designs for your backyard. Again, take 25% off in-stock grills now through September 2nd at Innovative Pool Designs, located at 629 East King Street in Kings Mountain, 6426 Wilkinson Boulevard in Belmont. Online at IPDNC.com. The Make This the Summer event is underway at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Shelby. We are putting performance in your hands. Purchase now and get a $2,250 bonus cash allowance. You may be eligible for up to a $10,000 annual tax deduction on interest paid on a new qualifying auto loan on all new 2025 Dodge Durango models. Come on in now for all the details during the Make This the Summer event at Marburger Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1310 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
And we're back on the post-game Throttle Powersports post-game show with Kevin and the gang is what I'm now calling them. They have new names.
Well, welcome, JP. We're going over some a different game, but we do have Thompson and Fonnie on the line to give us our Burns Bulldogs perspective in their first game here at home. Bulldogs open up with Crest, Kings Mountain, East Gaston, and Lincoln all at home for 4 games in a row. We'll have live video coverage of all that, but first of all, let's talk about tonight's ball game against the Crest Chargers. Tommy, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, Kevin. How you guys doing?
Good. We got to get Dennis to turn off his phone. He's the one being unprofessional in here right now.
Yeah, that'd be nice. It was really just a dominant performance by Crest. You know, I kept a little bit of stats. I think I missed one pass. I had Hamrick at 360. I think Robbie and them had him at 380. I'm sure somebody the official statistician will have that and broke that down. But he just had a huge game, and you know he looks the part, and he's got all the tools he needs. You know, he can run, he can throw, he's big. He's the real deal. And I know his father from way back. Was a freshman when I was a senior over at Crest. You know, good pedigree. His father went to NC State, as we all know, played football. So. Crest quarterback position's in good hands with him, and then Thompson and Edwards, and just a bunch of athletes on that team. Just too much for Burns, and just couldn't keep up with them. And then your strategy in a game like that, if you're Burns, has to be, we have to churn out some first downs and try to shorten this game and keep the ball away. But Kevin, no first downs. Burns did not have a first down in the game.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I mean, they didn't know that. They had 2 touchdowns because they had, on 3rd and 1, they had a 71-yard touchdown run. And then they had like a 1-yard touchdown run after the Eli Morris fumble recovery, which nobody knew was a fumble because, this generation of kids has got to know that if it's a lateral kid, it's a live ball. Crest didn't realize it. Eli Morris picks it up, runs it back to the 1, and Mikey Day takes it in from a yard out. So a couple of bright spots, but when you don't have a first down, when you have 8 possessions in the first half and 7 3, not just punts, Kevin, no first downs, 3 and outs. Every possession of 3 and out. You can't expect to even come close to competing in a game against a Crest who's got Edwards and Thompson and Hamrick and I forgot the running back's name, 24, G. Griffin, I think his name was. And they just had athletes that can be explosive athletes, and if you don't control the game, you don't control the clock. You don't really have a chance of staying in the game like that very long.
Well, Tom, as far as player of the game award stats for you guys, do you have any nominations for a Burns Bulldog for this week?
Well, we did have 3 fumble recoveries, but I would say with Drew Dixon's 71-yard touchdown, I mean, you got to give it to somebody, right? So I would say that would be our player of the game for that long touchdown run. And it was a 3rd and 1 play where Crest stacked the box and Drew just popped through and he didn't have anybody back, So it's like he just had free reign and ran it all the way into the end zone. So the one bright spot for Burns, or the one that really stands out. So I'm going to give that to Drew Dixon for his 71-yard touchdown run.
All right, Tommy, next week you get the Mountaineers. They pulled off a very, very close win tonight in a battle down in Kings Mountain between Shelby and the Lions. But they'll be coming to Burns next week. Any quick thoughts on that? I know you can't. It's hard to go ahead and look towards next week. You just left the stadium. But that's
at least we got it easy coming out of the gate, right? I mean, Kings Mountain and Crest coming out of the gate. I mean, when you lost your 2 top receivers, are gone, graduated, are no longer with the program. Your 3 top rushers have graduated, moved on. Your quarterback has graduated and moved on. You're trying to put a lot of new pieces into play. You wish you had a chance against some more like favorable competition to like put your stuff in and experiment and all that. But that's just way it lines up. With a new conference, if you don't play Crest and Kings Mountain first and second, you're not going to get to play them, and that's always a big draw and a big crowd and a county rivalry and a tradition. So it is what it is. But we'll see if they'll be able to work anything out and move forward. I mean, they have a pretty experienced offensive line. They had a couple guys injured, didn't play tonight. One was an offensive lineman, a couple skilled players. So we'll see what happens moving forward. I'm sure that, you find out who you are sometimes, Kevin. You find out who you are. And sometimes you don't when things go well. You have to go through something like this to find out who you are and where you want to go. So we'll see. Hopefully have a good week of practice and be ready for the Mountaineers next Friday.
All right, Tom, we appreciate you giving us a call. You have a good weekend,
man,
sir.
I'll see you in the morning. All right, thank you, Kevin.
All right, thank you. Tom Sinifani and the Burns Bulldogs, they fall tonight 55-14. If you want to see the highlights, go to What's Up Shopper Twitter page and the KDC Broadcasting Twitter page. We're retweeting those and sending those out.
Kevin,
yes, sir.
I found my hit of the week.
That's not the hit of the week. Now, the truck stick earlier when he went through the tackle, I'll give you that one. But we're not giving him running over his own blocker.
That's my hit of the week.
Yeah.
If you ever been the lead blocker, you always heard the coach say,
better keep moving.
If he ain't out of the way, run him over.
Correct.
Prime example, what happens.
43 was trying to block up in the hole, pull around and block up in the hole, and the running back got to the hole about quicker than he did and ran right through it. But he got in the end zone, too. He actually set up his own block, though. Kind of watch. When he hits him, he hits the other guy kind of out of the way. I don't know if 13 would have made the tackle, but he at least kept him off of him until the last second.
Will, I'm going to
disagree
with
Will?
you.
That's a great technical block, right, Steve?
Kevin, do you still have that clip of the receiver over there blocking on the defensive end where he just sort of picks him up,
Was that tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know which one you're
It was
talking
real
about.
early in the game.
The Crest game?
Yeah,
Crest and Burns?
the
Okay.
Burns guy couldn't get around the receiver because he put a heck of a block on him.
Let's see.
Just basically picked him up off the ground. He stuck his leg out.
Well, that would be holding.
No, it was initiated by the Burns guy.
Right, Steve?
Yeah, I seen a lot of that tonight. Holding.
You commented on
I'll
it
try to
earlier
find
tonight,
it.
Kevin. That's why I asked.
Okay,
you
I'm
that.
trying to find it.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
If you said that would be holding.
You can't do that, Dennis. That's illegal. All right, we got David Potter on the line. Time to talk a little Lincoln County football. North Lincoln wins 41-14 over West Lincoln. Let's see if we pressed all the buttons right. Do we have David on the line?
I believe I'm here.
There he is, David Potter on the line. David's been a wild few weeks for you, but you gave me a unofficial player of the game, Landon Agee for North Lincoln. 22 carries, 265 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
That's right. It's quite a performance. And North Lincoln looked like North Lincoln. They may have lost 26 seniors. Shannon Wingate to Maiden and a coaching staff that's totally turned over, but they came out, they lined up, and they ran it down your throat. It's just like we've seen the last several years.
Well, we talked earlier in the week, David, about how North and West both kind of young, replacing a lot of players. North's replacing coaches. Give everybody an update on the situation as far as the North and the coaching and everything new going on there.
Well, tonight was the debut for Chris Henson as a head coach. He came over from Maiden, where he was defensive coordinator, and a lot of the staff's pretty much a complete turnover. I couldn't find any names that I recognized looking down through the coaches listed in the roster. So they've had to replace an awful lot. The entire defense graduated. So it was it's a whole bunch of names. Now, a lot of these kids got some time last year in blowout games. They came in and played some, and some kids are up from JVs. And also West Lincoln graduated 20 seniors too. So both teams could be they're really young in some spots, but they look like high school players. It wasn't looking like a JV team that got called up. So I think North's going to be just fine. In fact, we'll see, because that league looks brutal. If I've got it correct, I think Hickory was the only team in the 4A, 5A conference to lose.
Let me look at that. I'm glad you brought that up. Hickory East won, West Iredell won, Newton Conover won, Maiden won, Ford won, Bunker Hill won, Bandy's won. You're right, Hickory, the only team. Who had that down this week? What bet did you have that on your side bets, guys? That Hickory be the only team in the Western Foothills team that's 0-1, and the rest of the league is 1-0. Hot, David. That's crazy.
Yeah, and that was a good ball game up there too. So I mean, it's not like they got blown out or anything. They were in it. So, but North Lincoln this game was tied at 14.5, and North just came out and really dominated in the second half. West Lincoln, as best we can recall, never got across midfield. They were just bottled up. And shout out to the three interior linemen for North Lincoln: Hunter Hensley, Preston Jones, and the name of the game, Angel Outlaw.
Oh my, that's a football player.
Well, speaking of that, speaking of that,
it's also an oxymoron, but it's a football player.
I said, speaking of the Hickory game, you see where they played in Belmont, so everybody around here know how hard it is to play in Belmont. So
we've quoted you on several pre-games tonight, Steve, about being down 14-0.
Already, yeah, it was 14-0 when Hickory got off the bus. So at least they got 25, but South Point got 13 more the second half. So it's hard to play in Lineberger Stadium, but those guys down there, the quarterback, he's great. Patrick Bleak, he runs the red bone. He probably going to be maybe Gaston County's all-time leading rusher. Probably be the fourth or fifth player ever rushed for 1,000 yards 4 consecutive years. Patrick Bleak.
Patrick Bleak still there?
Yes, he's the quarterback. He started as a freshman. When the guy got hurt.
Oh, I know
he's a graduate student.
Actually, what happened was the kid was starting before him was a freshman. I mean, he was a freshman, and they got hurt, and they put Patrick quarterback, and the rest is Gaston County history.
David, South Point's the kind of place this past week they would have turned the sprinklers on the field, because the muddier it is, better for them and their running game.
And I told Coach Hodge, I said, why you want to practice 7-on-7? You're not going to throw the ball. So we did 7-on-7 with them this time. You know, we got a good relationship with South Point coaching staff. But he'll lower you to sleep and run that seam pattern down like, how they beat Crest. But most time, Patrick Bleak's going to keep the ball and run it in that big fullback. So that's part of what happened.
This game, the West Lincoln team looked pretty good in the first half. I mean, it was 14-14, but then, like I said, North must have made some great adjustments, because they just totally shut them down. And then just Agee just kept cracking off big run after big run. Anthony Alberti had some nice runs for him. And Danny Burns just stepped right in as the quarterback and ran that option offense just as well as you would expect out of a North Lincoln quarterback.
Now,
then they pulled away, 41-14.
Hey, David, so the night was probably just 3 yards in a cloud of dust all night, because if I'm not mistaken, they was running the red against the blue bone, right?
Yeah, I mean, both. I think there were 4 passes thrown total. But North Lincoln, it's 3 yards in a cloud of rubber, because they got that artificial turf there, and the little bits will fly up. But no more dust at Lincoln County games.
Yeah, it's all AstroTurf over there now, Will. So you ain't got to worry about that.
Is it Astro?
Yeah, all AstroTurf Lincoln County now.
I mean,
yeah. Well, David, so next week, this is going to be kind of interesting. I got our highlights up. Ricky Oakes did the highlights for us out at North Lincoln tonight. I want to thank him for taking care of that. We've got pictures, videos, so we're going to go through some of this as well here in a second. But, David, next week, North Lincoln will be traveling or be hosting the Lincoln on Wolves. Your thoughts on that game?
Well, based on what we normally see out of Lincolnton, they tend to be a slow-starting team. The last couple of years, they've gone 0-4, and then all of a sudden conference shows up, and boom, away they go. Now, this year, they don't have 3 or 4 non-conference games to get going. They only have 2 because they're also in a 9-team league. They're in with Shelby and Burns and East Gaston and those teams. So, I mean, they scored some points tonight, but they did let Maiden come back on them. So if North Lincoln can establish the run like they did tonight, I think they'll do just fine. But we'll see.
All right. Well, that leads us also into next week's, let's say, our game of the week on KTC Broadcast and LincolnCounty.com. Lincoln Charter wins tonight, their first ever ball game, official varsity game. They won 50-6 over Highland Tech tonight. I don't tell you much, but they're coming to West Lincoln next week, David, and we got that on the schedule. What are your thoughts, or what have you been hearing about this matchup with West and Lincoln Charter?
This is interesting because before the season, before I really looked at the conferences, I would have thought West Lincoln was a bigger school, but it's not. West Lincoln is 3A. Lincoln Charter is 4A. That is a very big school, and they've got a big-name coach. For those of you who've been around Lincoln County for a while, it's Mike Bias, who was at East Lincoln for about 12 years and won 2 state titles in 2012 and 2014. So they know they've got a coach. So if he can get the players, they might turn out to be something pretty special over there at Lincoln Charter for a first-year school. I mean, there's going to be growing pains, but they're in a conference where they could make some noise. The only team in that conference that has really made a name for themselves before is Corvian Community, and I believe they went pretty deep in the playoffs last year.
Yeah, they were runner-up at the state championship. They almost won the state.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
I think it was Tarboro, the buzzsaw they ran into down at the state is what it
Oh, geez.
Uh,
shock.
Real quick, one more time, remind everybody, player of the game for West Lincoln. Who'd you have for them? I know you had AG for North.
For them, it'd probably be TJ Stratford. He had a touchdown on. I got this in the wrong place here. Yeah, he had a 33-yard touchdown run, and he had another 41-yard run to set up their second touchdown. But after that, everybody for West Lincoln was pretty well shut down.
All right,
that was all in the first.
Well, we appreciate it, and remember, folks, next week Lincoln Charter will be at West Lincoln High School. Hey, Trent, one second, and then we'll have that live on LincolnCounty.com. I did get through our highlights. We do have Lincoln, West Lincoln, and North Lincoln highlights right now, folks. If you'll go on there, I'm going to start retweeting those, but we will have those highlights here on our Twitter page. I'm showing them right now on the show. But big win tonight for North Lincoln. Thank you, David. Thank you, Scott. You guys be careful tonight, and see you next week.
Okay.
All right, that's David Potter with Lincoln County Game of the Week. We're going to take a quick break here on the postgame show, and then we're going to talk Shelby and Kings Mountain here with Steve DeGree and Brent Pasco and more here on KTCBroadcasting.com.
You're listening to The Boss, WHS, Shelby, North Carolina, your beach oldies and sports stations, online at KTCBroadcasting.com.
From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, here's your forecast for Cleveland and Gaston counties. Mostly cloudy tonight with a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. The low around 66. Mostly cloudy on Saturday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms possible with a high climbing to near 80 across the area. From the KTC Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Johnny Cottle for WOHS and WCSL.
Currently from the KTC Broadcasting Studios, it's 11:14, and the temperature is 71 degrees.
Hear that? That's a big old Massey Ferguson getting ready for another day of work. And it could be you. Phil Sheehan at NC Tractor and Farm Supply in Rutherford invites you to head in and take advantage of up to $2,000 off select Massey Ferguson models with a cash payment. or you can get 0% financing for up to 60 months. And ask about rebates from $500 to $2,000 on select Bobcat mowers, or get 0% financing up to 48 months. NC Tractor and Farm Supply, 299 Railroad Avenue in Rutherford. Online at nctractorandfarmsupply.com. Your train dealer for Cleveland County and the surrounding areas is CSI Mechanical. And right now, Train is offering some great fall specials, like up to $600 in rebates for qualified Train air conditioners and furnaces, up to $2,000 on qualified Train heat pumps, and up to $1,200 for other eligible expenses, like electrical upgrades for heat pump installations. Find out more. Call your local Train dealer, CSI Mechanical, 704-600-6267. Online at csimechanical.com, located at 410 South Post Road in Shelby.
Check out the Big E Gaffney, Upstate Carolina's complete entertainment center, located at Exit 90 on I-85 near the Gaffney Outlet Marketplace, complete with a large arcade where you can test your skills on some sensational game selections. The Big E also provides an 8-screen premium movie theater featuring new releases, and it's the perfect spot to host a birthday party. There's even a 16-lane bowling center, a snack bar where, man, the pizza's so good, plus laser tag, mini golf, and a massive indoor playland. Find out more at thebigEgaffney.com.
For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. Yes, it's hot outside. That's why we suggest coming into the air-conditioned showroom at Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment in Forest City and check out the red-hot deals on Bobcat mowers for homeowners and commercial. And right now, select Bobcat mowers are up to $2,000 off. Ask about their financing options. It's more affordable than you think. See Tri-City Outdoor Power Equipment, 221 Daniel Road, Forest City. Online at tricityoutdoor.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Applying for a car loan has never been easier than now at Jeff's Auto Sales in Lincoln and Shelby. Just apply online and get your financing pre-approved. Just go to jeffsautosales.com. And remember, they are the home of the $500 down payment. And shop online for your next vehicle. See the entire selection, pick out the one you want, and just apply online. That's Jeff Auto Sales, 3081 East Highway 27 in Lincoln, 4490 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Again, apply online at jeffsautosales.com. Oakwood Homes of Shelby announces their Go Big and Go Home sale. These prices are a big, big deal. Just listen to this. Now at Oakwood Homes in Shelby, you can buy a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home for only $99,000. That's right, only $99,000 for a 5-bedroom, 3-bath home. Also ask about land home packages and move-in ready homes. That's Oakwood Homes of Shelby, 1839 East Dixon Boulevard. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Online at oakwoodhomesofshelby.com. DeRisi Powersports wants to wish the Burns Bulldogs good luck during this year's football season. DeRisi Powersports is your go-to for ATV and UTV parts, services, and accessories. If your ATV needs service, bring it on in. DeRisi Powersports is not just for professional ATV riders. If yours is in need of minor service, like a tune-up, oil change, or any other service, bring it on in. DeRisi Powersports will service it at affordable pricing and expert service. DeRisi Powersports, 4225 Falston Road, or call 704-638-3512. Go Burns Bulldogs.
And welcome back to the Full Hour Power Sports post-game show with, as I say it, the new gang of KTC Broadcasting. We used to be called the Ministry, but now we're the gang. With Dennis Davis, the Godfather. Will Boykins, the Bouncer. Steve DeGree, the Enforcer. Kevin Hastings, the Boss. Chip Carter, the Collector. And JP, the Fixer.
Well done, JP.
We are the gang of KTC.
Well done. Let Kevin clear that up and see if he approves of it once the first time he hears it. So we'll see about that.
Okay, we got to bring Pasco on the phone as well.
We got Pasco on the phone. All right, good deal. Thank you, JP. All right, Brent Pasco, and give him and a chance for Coach Steve Degree to break down Shelby Golden Lions losing at Kings Mountain tonight, 30-14. Brent, do we have you? Do we hear you okay?
I'm here, guys. Can you hear me?
Brent, what's up, buddy? Man, got you and Coach Steve Degree in the studio here. Why don't y'all give us y'all can kind of bounce off of each other. Tell us your thoughts on the game this evening and kind of your observations.
Yeah, I would say it looked like the first week for both Kings Mountain and Shelby. There was the penalties, you see, the cramps, the miscues and whatnot, and I felt like, unfortunately for Shelby, they were a little bit more of a veteran team than Kings Mountain, but played a little bit less like a veteran team than Kings Mountain did. Shelby made some really bad turnovers in the second half, especially. I think they had 3 straight drives with an interception, a fumble, and an interception that gave Kings Mountain 2 of those gave Kings Mountain the ball deep in Shelby territory, and Kings Mountain couldn't move the ball. I think in the first half they had about 30-something yards of total offense, and their only points, they had a sack for a safety. And that came after Shelby had the ball at the 29-yard line to start the game, and they rushed Land Farmer, and he had to retreat backwards, and he threw a ball complete, and everybody thought it was Jalen Tate. And then when the guy turned up the field, it was number 51. It was a lineman. And so it was an illegal touching because he threw a pass to a lineman. Well, it's a spot foul, so it was a 9-yard behind the line of scrimmage and then a 10-yard penalty. So now they go from the 29 to the 10, and on the very next play they sack Farmer for a safety, and it's 2-0. And I think Kings Mountain had 1 first down the whole first half. And then the very first play of the second half, they threw a little seam 7-yard slant, and the guy took it to the house, and Kings Mountain went up 9-7. Shelby took the lead back on a big pass play and got down there. It was a really good drive. They hit a couple of passes, and then Tate ran it in. Shelby looked like maybe they would even have a chance to pull away. They went to the big package for a series and got a first down or 2, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they throw an interception, and then they fumble it. And the fumble was really costly because it was a sack where the quarterback was running backwards. It was like a 15-yard sack, and then he fumbled it, and then the Kings Mountain defenders kicked it around, and it went like another 30 yards down the field while they were bumbling around trying to pick it up. And when it was all said and done, they have it at the Shelby 3-yard line. Score a touchdown, and then Shelby was more in desperation mode, right? Farmer got sacked. He got hurt, came out for a play, and then Shelby went for it on 4th, deep in their own territory, didn't get it because they needed to score, and then Kings Mountain ran it in. So, the score looked a lot worse. Shelby actually outgained Kings Mountain by about 20 yards, had more first downs, but, the penalties late and the turnovers just really cost them. Kings Mountain was starting a sophomore quarterback, and they pretty much did what you thought they would do with a sophomore quarterback. They ran the ball about 30 times with a guy named Dry, and he was just getting 2 or 3, 4 yards. And then Bell was just throwing little short passes. He hit the one pass where his guy broke it open, and then he threw a really nice corner end zone pass on 4th down to Tex Vaughn, and that kind of sealed the deal for him. So, Kings Mountain defense really, really came up and helped out their young quarterback and allowed them to do some ball control to end the game.
Yeah. Brent, this is Dennis. Hate to mention it, but the schedule doesn't get any easier for you next week. Give us your thoughts on next week's game and what Shelby needs to do to recover.
Yeah, well, one, they got to heal up a little bit. So, they didn't want to make excuses this week. They had Jalen Tate was a little bit banged up, so they really became one-dimensional. They also didn't have Jaden Williams, who I think is their number 2 running back, and he'll start on defense. And he's an ex-Kings Mountain guy, so he really, I know, wanted to play tonight against his old team, but wasn't ready to go. And so Shelby threw it 37 times and only ran it 9 times. And if you look at the history of Shelby, when the ratio is that dramatic, pass to run, their record is about they win about 20% of their games. And so when Shelby gets to where it's pass only, they rarely win. And so I think they got to get back to establishing a run game to open up the passing game. And I think they can do that, because I think Jaden Williams and Jalen Tate, when healthy, are a pretty good 1-2 combo, but they just didn't have it tonight. And Kings Mountain's front seven is pretty nasty. Now, if Shelby plays and is still hurt next week, it could be a long couple of first weeks, because Crest looked in preseason or midseason form tonight. It sounds like looking at the score there against Burns.
Yeah, I was watching the game on Kings Mountain's broadcast, and there was some things I was noticing. Looked like they every time Shelby would get some momentum, they do something to shoot themselves in the foot, but they kept the game close. And then again, like you said, the late penalties, I think, destroyed all whatever momentum they had going in with the lead going into the end of that game. Right there to close out the game.
Yeah, I agree, Will. They had there was I think it was a 1-score game, and Kings Mountain had a drive where Shelby they had a roughing the passer on maybe a 3rd and long, and that gave them a first down. And then they had I think they had 2 15-yard penalties on that drive, and then they had another unsportsmanlike on the extra point. And so, when it was still a 1-score game, that drive just kind of sealed the deal, because they got down. They had the 2 15-yard penalties. They went down by 2 scores, and then they had the penalty on the kickoff. So Kings Mountain ended up kicking it out of the end zone, because they had a short kickoff. And that's when Shelby just threw 4 straight incomplete passes. And then Kings Mountain took over at the Shelby 20 and ran it in. And, it looked like a blowout, but, 2 minutes earlier, it was a 4-point or a 3-point game.
Right.
And all of a sudden it's a 16-point game. So,
and Brett, this is Steve, Coach. What really disappointed me was some of the decisions that our senior quarterback made. Sometimes he was under duress, but throw it away and see another day. I think he was just trying to make a play, and he had 3 turnovers himself alone. The 2 picks, that 1 pick, I could have intercepted that one. You don't like to try to criticize, but it is what it is. I just think Lane need to maybe concentrate a little bit more, and the line and the offensive line wasn't doing their job either, because when you rush the ball 9 times and only get 21 yards, something ain't right when they run a 3-man front. And Coach Wilbanks, and we practiced against that all week. We knew exactly we had a good game plan. We knew exactly what they was going to run and how they was going to run it. But tonight we just didn't execute it. And we're supposed to be a senior-led team, but we didn't play like a senior-led team. We played like a JV team tonight. That's what really disappointed me at the end. And some of the kids lost their composure at the end too. That's how they got some of those personal fouls, which that'll hurt you regardless of the score. And I just think we got to go back to the drawing board on Monday, because like you said, ain't gonna get no easier. And,
I agree with you.
And then and then there was already some stuff going on, before the game, and a lot of talking and joining going on, and then Kings Mountain scored that last touchdown. That's what really got me upset too. They could have took a kneel down 4 times. The game was already decided. That's just me. But you know what though? It's gonna come back to haunt them one of these days. You don't try to do that to embarrass your opponents, because they, like you said, we turn it over on downs. And to me, now if I think if they'd have been Shelby, we probably would have took 4 kneel downs to run the clock out. You're never supposed to try and embarrass your opponent. But by it being the Battle of Buffalo Creek,
it's big. It's big.
It's big. But the thing about it though, if we'd have won the game, we wouldn't have had that problem. So,
but Steve, you got to look at it. Kings Mountain, the players and the coaching staff needed this victory over Shelby more than Shelby needed the victory. and therefore their decision not to take the kneel down, but to, in effect, run up the score on you.
But it'll come back on them. Somebody gonna do that to them too. But anyway, like sportsmanship, you got to teach your kids sportsmanship. Win or lose, you got to be a good sportsmanship. Got to show good sportsmanship, win or lose. And I was just really upset. A lot of things happened over there. So, if the Kings Mountain coaches didn't notice I didn't shake their hand, I apologize because I just didn't like the atmosphere. And I just wanted our kids to get out the field and go to the dressing room. I think that's what Coach did, is get them in the dressing room, get on the bus, come back across the creek, and get regrouped for Monday, because this is Crest week. So that's all we need to say is Crest week, and see what we can do.
I get what you're saying about sportsmanship and everything, but the way these things are set up right now, way playoffs, point differential is going to play a place in setting at the end of the season.
It ain't going to matter because they're going to go in as a 5A. We're going to go in as a 3A.
But
it's the schedule.
What you played against a 3A, it's still going to matter at the end of the season.
Ain't going to help them because we're lower classification.
They're actually a 6A.
No, but I'm just
6A,
saying.
yeah.
I'm saying they're a 6A, and if they, at the end of the season when they go in and that score is close, it's gonna put them in a lower ranking because y'all played them so close. They're not gonna look at it as the battle of Buffalo Creek. They're gonna look at it as
3A versus 6A.
3A versus 6A.
And another thing, Brett,
they look at the same way as beating.
I'm an offensive lineman, right? Now, them offensive linemen come Monday or tonight, they listening to me, they ought to look themselves in the face and said, we only got 21 yards rushing. 21 yards rushing against a 3-man front. Think about it, guys.
Well, I will say this. Crest and Kings Mountain apparently put on some defense tonight. Crest didn't give up a first down, and Kings Mountain did only give up 21 yards rushing. So that matchup next week, those defense can be pretty good. Brent, I'm looking at your player of the game. Kendrick Raper. Played corner, held Tex Vaughn to 3 catches, 25 yards, ran for 21 yards, completed 2 passes, and caught a 21-yard touchdown. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, he kind of did a little bit. I've never seen him at wide receiver, and he came in one play and caught the touchdown pass. It was a bootleg where Farmer found him open, and he came in and played quarterback the last 2 series, and he, of course, he ran it a couple times and threw it a bunch, trying to get long touchdown because they were down a couple of scores. But he played defense the whole game. He was out there a lot and played a good game, I thought. And there was nobody with gaudy stats. Farmer threw for 186, I think, but the 3 turnovers and he took 5 sacks, and it was a tough night for him. He only completed 50%, and he's a career 68% guy. So, credit Kings Mountain. They seem to always play Shelby pretty well defensively, and I can't remember who called in before me, maybe the Lincoln or somebody was saying David. That that Lincoln sometimes starts slow, 3-0-3, 0-4. Shelby's a lot like that too. Shelby's had some seasons where they've been 2-2, 1-3, and then turn it on, and kind of the same thing here. You don't have that many games to turn it around this year, so they've really got to figure out. Get healthy one, and then play like a team that's a championship contender, because I think a lot of people have them up there as a 3A contender, and they gotta cut down on the penalties and the turnovers and play a little more crisp. And it's not going to get easier next week. I think Crest will be a pretty big favorite next week.
And also some of the passes that laying through, the receivers dropped a lot of them too. So you still got to give some of those passes should have been caught.
There's some guys. Shelby had. I was reading the stats. Their top 3 receivers from last year are gone. One's over at Crest, one's at Ashbrook, and one was a senior, Khalil Foster. So you're also losing some guys like that were big playmakers, and Land's got to find the replacements for those guys. Who's going to be the guys that step up? Is it going to be a Lorenzo Roseborough or a J.J. Williams or a Cole Wakefield or a Man Collins? And so, it may take a few games for him to to really get in sync with all those guys and get his new receiving core going.
I think Man Collins would be a good one to try to link up with.
Yeah, Man did it all night. He caught 3 or 4 passes, and he run back up punts and a kickoff.
It says he's 5'5", 140. I'm looking
Yes,
at. All right,
yes.
we
Yeah,
got
but
to
plays bigger than that,
get
though.
moving, guys. We got to talk to Juwan at Cherville. Brent, you guys next week will be hosting Crest.
Yes, sir.
Correct. And so we'll have a big game next week, guys. So tune in to WHS. That'll be on the radio. Crest at Shelby. We'll have Kings Mountain and Burns on YouTube video. All right, we're going to talk to Brent. Have a good weekend, you and Coach Jones. Okay.
Yep, you guys too. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
sir. Thank you, sir. All right,
see you, Brett.
we're trying to wrap up tonight, folks. We got to get off before midnight, but we've got. Is Juwan on the phone? He's going to call right back. Juwan Wilson up now. Terry, Steve, you worried about them scoring a touchdown to make it 30-14. Cherville went up 68-8 late on a late touchdown.
He's back.
Would you felt good about that one? No, 68-8.
It all depends on how they score.
Well, that's true too. We're about to find
Now,
out.
if they
Cherville Ironman
They picked the fumble and running back in or something.
at North Stokes tonight, and I think we got our announcer on the phone. Juwan, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
We have Juwan Wilson.
You sound happy, my brother.
Went all the way up to North Stokes. He is a Cherville alumni, so he does have a little piece in it. They'll come crashing down hard here in a couple weeks, the Bessemer City. But anyway,
You need to stop. You need to stop right now.
Said by a former Cherville guy.
I can't wait for this Bessemer City Cherville war.
They don't play till last.
I know we got 10 weeks.
They don't play till last.
Well, Juwan, we were talking about this, and we'll start with it. 68-8. How'd they get that last touchdown?
The last touchdown was from the backup quarterback. Corey Makeupson.
Okay.
Corey Makeupson, backup quarterback, came in. I think at the near the end of the third quarter, and he scored on a quarterback keeper.
From how far away?
I want to say it's about 44 yards, if I ain't mistaken.
I take it. That's not run a score. That's on the defense.
They were trying to make sure that they were wondering if they was running up the score up there in North Stokes. Steve said that's on the defense.
That's
You
on the
go up 40
defense. That's
yards.
not. Yeah. with your backup quarterback.
Well, tell us about who's our MVP tonight for the Ironman and the big victory for you guys.
My MVP for tonight is going to be Jackson Ebner. Had 262 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns. Could have had more. He had one where he was going down the sideline. He ran over a guy. His helmet came off, so they stopped the play. But he went ahead and ran it on in the end zone. But they stopped the play, so it didn't count. But he probably had less than 12 carries, I want to say, maybe 12. But 262 yards, 5 touchdowns. Every time he touched the ball, he was electric going down the sideline. Defense wasn't the greatest, and, that's okay. But being a Cherville alumni, we've been on the other side of these 60-point losses, so it feels good tonight to be on the other side of it this time.
So the guy scored a touchdown without his helmet. No wonder they're the Cherville Ironman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a rule. Once the kid's helmet coming off, the play's dead right on the spot.
Right on the spot. Yeah.
Right on the spot, it's dead. That's for his safety.
Well, Juwan, with the besides him, any other notes from any of the other players? We've got we talked Whitworth or whatever before. Did he play tonight?
Well, Whitworth had a quiet night tonight, just because the defense. We had Jaden Adams, who was the quarterback. He also plays safety. He had 2 picks that he returned for touchdowns. Jackson did his thing, so there wasn't a lot of throwing the ball that Cherville needed to do tonight. So the defense was scoring touchdowns.
What about the what about the new defensive tackle there for the Ironman?
Okay, so we're going to have to get with Cherville. The roster that we had didn't have. It was maybe missing about 5 players whose numbers wasn't on the roster. So I want to say that one of the big guys was doing his thing down there, but we didn't have a name or a number for him. So We were just kind of guessing with the players that we didn't know. But the defense played great. They were flying around the ball. Number 50, let me find his name.
That's John Hedgepath, according to the roster.
Yeah, he was all over the field, flying around the ball. And number 9, Landry Pruitt, the 2 linebackers, they were all over the place. I had a conversation with the coach yesterday, and he told me that during their 7-on-7s and their scrimmage games that the defense had been flying around the ball, and we definitely seen it tonight.
Well, I was asked about the Farley kid about that too. Did he get any play tonight?
Yeah, I believe he did play tonight. I didn't see really much, no splash plays or nothing like that, but he did play solid.
Okay. You ain't got to come off. You ain't got to come off no money then. No tackles tonight. No.
no money tonight. No money tonight
for nephew. You got to earn those stripes. Well, Juwan, you guys, thanks for going all the way up to Northmore. Big win tonight for the Ironman. Next week, the Ironman will be at home against the Owen Warhorses, and they won tonight big over Rosman, I think 35-0. So we'll have a big game next week here in Cherryville as they come home. Thank you, Juwan.
Brad Daugherty might come.
Is that where he's
Yes,
from?
sir. Y'all have a good night.
All right, thank you, Juwan. That's the Ironman. They win tonight, 68-8. Final score up at North Stokes tonight. So they'll be, like I said, they'll have the Owen Warhorses in town next week. All right, we'll take one more quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up the scores and final thoughts and stuff here on ktcbroadcasting.com.
The $1,000 Gray Gas Card giveaway is back. It's a chance for you to win one of 10 $100 gas cards. Register to win today at the 3500 Grill, Highway 18 north of Shelby, at Marburger Chevrolet, West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, at the Mantil Mexican Restaurant, Highway 150 West in Cherryville, at Full Throttle Powersports, Indian Walk in Lowell, at Alley's Cafe on Highway 180 north in Shelby, at Bruno Automotive East Main Street in Cherryville, at the Captain's Cap Family Fish House on Linwood Road in Gastonia, at Carpet One Interiors on East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia, at Parker Farm Service on Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain, and at Norris Merchandise, Highway 18 south of Shelby. The drawing will be on Friday, August 29th. Register today. You could be a winner. Brought to you in part by The Boss, Carolina Country, WhatsUpShopper.com, and KTC Broadcasting.
For 17 straight years, Via Health Partners has been voted #1 in hospice. There's got to be a reason. Via Health Partners provides exceptional care. The comfort of their patients is their top concern, and that's why they offer hospice care wherever a patient calls home. Via Health Partners is there where you need them and when you need them. Find out more by visiting their website at viahp.org. Again, viahp.org. Voted #1 in hospice for 17 straight years. Via Health Partners, founded as Hospice of Cleveland County. There's no doubt about it. Chevy drives America. And in Shelby and Cleveland County, Marburger Chevrolet sells the fine folks of our area brand new Chevys at the best possible price. Now take a look at a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew Cab truck with a Turbo Max engine. Get 0% financing for well-qualified buyers when you finance with GM Financial. That's a savings of $10,143 for current Chevy owners. Come in for all the details. See yours today at Marburger Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby.
Join us for our live Sunday morning worship services on WHS. It's the Sunday morning worship service from Calvary Baptist Church in Shelby, and on WCSL, it's the Sunday morning worship service from First Baptist Church in Cherryville.
Some people say there are doers, and there are dreamers. But what's wrong with a little dreaming, especially when it's shared? With hard work, little dreams grow into big ones. At Kubota, we know that your work never stops, and we're inspired by those who dream. But our equipment is built for dreamers and doers, like you. Kubota, built for those who do.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive, Kings Mountain.
Sure, it's vacation time, but soon it'll be time to start thinking about going back to school. Now's the time to get ready with a visit to Logos to Go in Shelby. Tammy Chapman invites you to drop in soon. Right now, you can get your backpack and lunchbox, both embroidered, for only $12. Also get your kindergarten towels engraved. You'll love it. Logos to Go, 424 South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Call Tammy at 704 482-7482. Open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Like them on Facebook, too.
Yes, Cleveland and Rutherford counties, there's a mobile home supply store here for you. That's H&M Industries between Shelby and Forest City, right off Highway 74 West. No matter what you need, mobile home doors, windows, tubs, showers, roofing, HVAC, plumbing, electrical, hardware, and more. Anything. See H&M Industries for your mobile home supplies. Located at 3931 Sunset Boulevard, Shelby, off Highway 74 West. Online at hmiindustries.com. Call 704-434-9900. Like them on Facebook, too. Olmsted Plumbing hopes you're enjoying this summer heat safely. Yes, it's officially summer, and it's time to plan for longer days and shorter nights. Maybe it's time for you to go plumb crazy and install that RV hookup for your summer guests, or service that well pump before it's too late. Pipe gas to that outdoor grill, and remember to drink plenty of cool, clean water. Remember, preventive maintenance can avert a catastrophe this summer. But if you have a plumbing emergency, call the guys at Olmsted Plumbing, 828-245-7302. Online at olmstedplumbing.com. Get back to loving your plumbing and loving your summer.
And we're back with the KTC Broadcasting game.
Welcome back to the show.
We're at 9.
I know, right? Just getting warmed up. Just think if you'd had 22 like the rest of them.
Wow.
Well, welcome back to the. We've got some nominees for the Player of the Week from some of our broadcast folks. Here we go. Shelby's Player of the game was Kendrick Raper. Played corner. Ran for 21 yards tonight. Two passes and caught a 21-yard touchdown pass. Landon Agee at North Lincoln, 22 carries, 265, and 5 touchdowns. Jarlin Dry for Kings Mountain, 28 carries, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Third place, honorable mention, Crest is Eli Hamrick, 384 yards with 3 passing touchdowns, 40 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown. Don't want to take anything away from that performance against a really good Burns Bulldogs team. Landon Agee gets our silver award tonight for 22 carries, 265. But we did have a correction on Jackson Hebner's carries, guys.
See somebody.
9 carries. You heard that right. 9 carries, 262 yards, 5 touchdowns, and one touchdown and called back because his helmet fell off. So I don't know how many more yards he would have had and another touchdown. So 9 carries. We'll call it 8.5 carries because one of them got called. So he didn't even have the whole carry on that.
Yeah, and he had to come out the game, too.
He had to because of helmet. Yeah. He didn't even get the next play.
He didn't get carried next ball, next game, next play. He had to come out the game.
So 8.5 carries, 262 yards, 5 touchdowns, and a lost helmet. He tried to run in like Jason Witten did the Cowboys back in the day. So our MVP, our Player of the Week this week, this is brought to you by AGAC Heating and Air. Our Player of the Week is Jackson Hebner of the Cherville Ironman in the 68-8
Congratulations.
victory. So congratulations to Jackson.
How many times the Cherville Ironman done won?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. We've been in the Cleveland County most of the time. But what I got to do though, we got to do our hit of the week, boys. And we're going to this running back, right?
Oh,
we haven't seen anything
goodness.
on defense yet, have we?
No.
Have we seen anything else on
I
defense?
ain't seen nothing on
Now,
defense.
Will wanted it to be this one. Where he ran over his own player.
Get out of here.
It just reminded Will of his playing days.
Pulling guard's got to move.
Well, if the truck man don't get out the way, you supposed to the running back's supposed to put his head in his back. That's the way we teach it.
Exactly.
We teach it. That's the way we teach it, Will.
If he in
the way,
hole, run him
over. He'll get out the way the next time.
That you're exactly right, Steve. That the very next time that he'll change his mind about how the hell he does that. But our hit of the week is going to go to a running back for Crest, number 24. Let me pull up. Do we got his number yet? I'll get to it here.
Yeah, it's number 24.
I mean his name, not his number.
It's number 24.
Robbie gave it to us. We forgot what it was.
I'm pulling it up as quick as I can. Number 24, the running back, Malachi Gamble. And he's going to get the hit of the week. We don't give the hit of the week a lot of times to the running back, folks, but
yes, sir.
Watch him take
yes,
out
sir.
this one right there.
Yes, sir.
Hit him with
Not only do you not clean that leg,
Hit him with that
So he runs over one linebacker, boom, and then drags the other one into the end zone. So our hit/run of the week this week is going to go to Crest.
Oh, he got Beast Mode's number.
Yeah. Well, he is Beast Mode.
He got Beast Mode number 24.
Coming through, boom, over one linebacker, and then drags the other one about 3 or 4 yards into the end zone for the touchdown. So our hit of the week.
Remember that next week, Steve.
Yep. Our hit of the
I'm
week.
going to tell him Monday. I ain't wait till next Friday. I'm telling him Monday.
Hit 24. Yeah. AGAC Heating and Air. Hit of the week goes to a running back. Get off me.
Steve, did you see that receiver over there in the?
I don't want to talk about it.
No.
I don't want to talk about it. Yeah. I don't want.
Run it back again. So see,
you talking about just holding on the end? I mean, he only wrapped him up.
What number is that?
Watch this.
I didn't teach him to block like that.
Wait a minute. I do have a question.
That's holding.
27's grabbing him, Steve.
Is that holding Will?
That is not holding.
You can't ask the Crest fans no. He's got it, both hands on the back of his jersey. Wrapped up, Steve.
I didn't teach him to block like that.
That's textbook tackle right there.
Nah, we didn't teach him to block like that.
His arms is up under his arms. He just lifts.
If I can get my nephew,
you're supposed to drive up when you're blocking.
Yeah, your chest, not your back.
I guess that's how they teach it over there.
You'll see next week.
We didn't teach him to block like that.
Yeah, that's not a block.
Next week you'll see for
definitely a
yourself.
hold. It didn't affect the play one bit, but it's definitely a hold.
It's supposed to be called back.
Where you stopped it at is perfect for the hit of the week.
He's running over the linebacker right there while he's getting hold.
It's supposed to be called back.
Thinking perfect for the hit of the week.
When we send it to the officials, let them replay it and call the touchdown back. At least that'll take 7 points off the board, but the game make the game closer.
Yes, 48.
That's a definite hold.
I'm glad you saw that.
If it wasn't called, it wasn't a hold.
No.
Yes, it was.
I'm gonna say it like I've heard all my football life. It's a holding on every play, but it's never a holding unless the flag come out.
Well,
there you go. So
he was watching the running back. He wasn't watching the end.
All right, we're gonna let Chip come up here and read these final scores for you folks before we get here. Any final thoughts, guys? We got to wrap it up really quick. Week 1. Thanks for you guys coming in, but before Chip gets going, I don't know if you guys had any other final thoughts for anything.
Week 1, everything went off. Happy to be back. Week 1. We'll see how the season fold off. Go Chargers. Let's go get the state championship.
All right, we'll see next week.
All right.
And Steve, I'll pray for you this week. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, don't stick your foot in your mouth now. Anyway, it'll be a good game. Either way, I love my Golden Lions to death, and
that's why I'm praying for you, Steve, because I know it hurts when you lose.
Yes, the kids to work hard, but they're gonna have to work a little harder. Yeah. Sometimes you need a loss like this to motivate you to do better too.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely keep an eye on how week 2 is going to look. Again, I agree with you, Will. Welcome back, everybody. Great to see all y'all. Looking forward to an exciting football season. Real quick, going to run down the scores. Got 2 scores that we have not been able to find a confirmation of a final score. The last updates we had, East Lincoln was leading South Iredale 46-28. Not sure if that's a confirmed final. Also don't have a confirmation on a final for Corby and Community and Harding. Right at the last update, we had Corby and Community leading Harding 31-12. The rest of these scores are final. Crest defeats Burns 55-14. It was Kings Mountain over Shelby 30-14. TC Robertson defeats Hunter Huss 14-10. Kramer over Forest View 34-12. North Gaston defeats East Gaston 14-7. The South Point Red Raiders hold on and defeat the Hickory Red Tornadoes 27-25. South Caldwell defeats West Caldwell 46-26. Freedom over Patton 46-6. Newton Con over Alexander Central 46-21. West Iredale shuts out East Burke 26-0. Bandy's defeats St. Stephen's 38-19. Bunker Hill over Drawn 46-6. Cherryville defeats North Stokes 68-8. Bessemer City wins 14-10 over Pine Lake Prep. Ashbrook defeats West Meck 35-8. Thomas Jefferson shuts out South Carolina Spartans 48-0. Fred T. Ford wins over Mountain Island 14-0. Lincoln Charter wins their inaugural game 50-6 over Highland Tech. Watauga over Ashe County 56-7. Hendersonville shuts out East Henderson 68-0. Owen over Rosman 35-0. Mountain Heritage defeats Pisgah 48-19. Statesville defeats East Surrey 48-20. Weddington over Mooresville 31-10. Chase loses to Polk County 34-32. McDowell comes back and defeats R. Central 24-21. Asheville defeats East Rutherford 40-36. Maiden comes back and beats Lincolnton 29-26. It's North Lincoln over West Lincoln 41-14. High Brighton defeats East Wilkes 24-21. Wilkes Central over North Iredell 34-23. It was Hickory Grove over Bonnie Cone Academy 49-12. South Lake Christian defeats Lake Norman Charter 13-7, and North Stanley wins over the Community School of Davidson 27-21. On behalf of Kevin Hastings, Will Boykins, Dennis Davis, and the coach Steve DeGree, and JP in the sound studio. This is Chip Carter. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Full Throttle Powersports postgame show. Tune in to Shock Jocks tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. Week 2 coming up next week.
Fred, when the last time Fred T. Ford and Thomas Jefferson won the same day?
There you go.
Let's look that up. That's a trivia question, baby.
All right. Y'all have a great week. We'll see you next Friday. Tune in to Shock Jocks tomorrow morning.
In the shotgun, hot reads, I got some. My tight end, so awesome. Touchdowns, I toss some. We score 6, scoreboard, that score 6. Respect the ball, we protect the ball. We don't fumble, no throw picks. I feed my linemen pancakes, so all they blocks are pancakes.